This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
Welcome to Valley News Live at 9. I'm Stacey Van Dyke.
And I'm Justin Betty. Tonight, the snow is done, but the cleanup continues following last night's winter storm.
Especially in areas toward the Twin Cities and in far southern North Dakota. Valley News Team's Courtney Locke has been set up at the Dakota Magic Casino in Hankinson since early yesterday. She joins us now live with the latest. Courtney?
Stacey, Justin, that's right. This storm has passed. We made it through another one, but there is a lot of stuff left to clean up. So we'll start with that. These are some of the drifts. If you were watching last night, we checked in with you. They were probably about a third this high. Now we've got them, if you could sink all the way to the bottom, probably up to my knee, and then that one probably up to my mid-thigh. It's been the thing that has kept a lot of people, I think, here. Some people's cars, depending on where you're parked, that is built up. That would take a lot of shoveling to get out of that. We did have a lot of people leaving this place, which has been totally booked since about Tuesday because of the storm shutting down the interstate. Most of the people who have left have been semi-drivers. We have had lines of them piled up. It still looks like a lot of them are here, but you would have been blown away by the amount that were driving out when the interstate opened back up. Now, the challenge that we are still seeing when it comes to the roads is that blowing snow is still coming across in those open spaces. And we still have some scattered ice in some places, especially if the plows have not got to them. So while the worst of it is over and we made it through another one, again, if you're going to be getting out, probably a good idea to wait till it's light tomorrow morning and, again, to take your time. For now, reporting live in Hankinson, Courtney Locke, Valley News Live.
All right. Thanks so much, Courtney, for that live report.
And to see what Mother Nature has in store for us next, let's send things over to First Alert Storm Team forecaster Summer Schnellbach. Summer.
Yeah, thanks so much, and good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Things have really quieted down now, thankfully. Not even seeing the camera shake as the winds have gone much lighter. And thankfully, snow amounts ended up being less than we were anticipating because as it lifted up to the north, ran into dry air, and the snowfall just couldn't overcome that dry air. So here in Fargo, 1.4 inches of snow, 2.5 inches in Fergus Falls, 10.6 in Browns Valley, Minnesota, 9 inches of accumulation in Sisseton and Victor, South Dakota. It did leave some very impressive drifts. It'll take a while to shovel out 2 miles north of Gwinner. Thanks to Barb Melro for uploading your photo. Once the storm moved out and the sunshine started to fill in, sundogs could be seen. This view captured by Roddy on the Veterans Memorial Bridge. What a cool sight. We continue to see decreasing clouds from the southwest to the northeast, and temperatures continue to plummet. It's currently 12 below in Jamestown, 13 below in Oaks, 9 below in Fergus Falls and Fargo, 8 below in Grand Forks. Wind chills brutal already in the 30s below zero in southeastern North Dakota. We do have wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So Stacey, Justin, we're in for a cold night. Coming up here, I'll walk you through your hour-by-hour forecast and when we might expect a warm-up.
All right. Thanks, Summer.
Over the last 24 hours or so, snowplow crews in Fergus Falls have been working around the clock trying to keep our roads safe.
But as Valley News Team's Aaron Walling explains, they say speeding drivers is a bigger concern than the weather itself.
Slowing down would probably be the best thing for them to do.
Fidel Aguilar has been an MDOT snowplow driver for over a decade, and he has seen it all, from pillow snowdrifts to whiteout conditions. But the one thing that drivers like him worry about the most is speeding drivers.
More concerned about them, driving into the snow cloud and maybe sideswiping us or something like that.
The combination of wind being blown into the snow can cause hazards for drivers, especially for those going too fast.
Trying to keep cars on the road, basically.
And I think we've seen it a couple different times out there where, people go to pass and then that's when the operator hits a drift and it's a whiteout condition.
While riding along with Aguilar, we were passed by a few cars that were speeding, which paired with the snow being thrown into the air from the plows, visibility became an issue.
Back off, slow down, pay attention, just give us space and just allow yourself more time to get to your destination if you need to travel.
Drivers like Aguilar have been out on the road since midnight, and as the storm came through, more and more snowdrifts appeared. But thankfully, according to MDOT, the bullseye of the storm missed them.
The wind's pretty much blowing it all the way across, so it's clearing it off pretty easy.
In Fergus Falls, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
And those road crews have been doing a pretty amazing job of getting things clear. In Minnesota right now, I-94 remains normal driving conditions from the border almost into the Twin Cities. Remember, they got almost 20 inches of snow in spots. There are some patchy areas. You do see some accidents around the cities. In North Dakota, no more travel advisories, just snow-covered roads, especially in the far southeastern parts of North Dakota. You see a couple accidents there. They've been there all day. It clears out pretty quickly as you get further west, but much better conditions than it was earlier today for sure. Remember, with weather the way it is, it's a good idea to keep that VNL weather app handy to get forecasts right at your fingertips. You can download and use that for free. Just search VNL weather in the App Store today.
Snowplow drivers are working around the clock to clean up after the winter storm brought wicked whipping winds to the FM area. That blowing snow created the biggest headache in the southern part of the city as new developments and few trees leave a lot of wide open space for that snow to blow. Crews say this winter has already been busier than last year due to the number of light snows accompanied by crazy winds.
You could go down a street and within a half hour you come back and it's drifted again.
If a plow still hasn't been down your road, Hendricks says not to worry as crews don't start on the rest of the city until the winds die down.
Today, a judge set bail at $1.5 million cash for a man accused of killing another man in Cheyenne, North Dakota earlier this week.
Nicholas Poitra was the center of a 3-day manhunt after the shooting at Rindy's Cheyenne Bar on February 19th. He was arrested yesterday after being spotted by a local farmer. Poitra faces 11 felony charges in Eddy County, including murder, robbery, weapons violations, and 7 counts of terrorizing. You can read all the details on the shooting on your VNL News app. We post breaking news as it happens. You can download and use it for free. Just search VNL News in the App Store today.
New at 9, a man is now in jail after allegedly making violent threats towards his wife and sons while holding a kitchen knife. Fargo police say this happened Saturday. 2 teen boys called 911 saying they had barricaded themselves in a bedroom because their stepfather had made threats to one of the boys and their mother. The man was reportedly intoxicated and brandishing a large kitchen knife. Officers set up a perimeter around the home. They eventually got him to come out. 45-year-old Seth Jastrom was arrested for 2 counts of terrorizing.
Also new at 9, a woman was killed in a snowmobile crash Sunday, and thieves then stole a snowmobile that was left behind. At 11:30 in the morning Sunday, a snowmobile crashed with a tractor trailer on the Sioux Line Trail in Beltrami County. The operator was declared dead at the scene. Hours later, when family and friends went back to get the snowmobiles, they discovered one of them had been stolen. Tracks matching that stolen snowmobile led to a home near Leonard. It was returned to the family. Charges are pending against a male and female for felony theft. The Beltrami County Sheriff's Office hasn't released their names.
A boy was hurt and the Sheriff's Office is investigating after a snowmobile crash in Ottertail County yesterday afternoon. The Sheriff's Office says a group was riding snowmobiles on the west side of Bass Lake when one of them hit a man-made embankment and crashed. A kid from Underwood, Minnesota was taken to Lake Region Healthcare, then transferred to a Fargo hospital. No update on his condition. Lawmakers in Washington are paying more attention now to illegal immigration at our northern border. North Dakota Senator John Hoeven says he met with Border Patrol recently, including the chief of the Grand Forks sector, to discuss the need for additional resources, saying illegal crossings along the northern border increased by more than 300% in the last year, and he's calling for more help.
Also resources like the mobile towers, the sensors, working in coordination with our Canadian friends, and the aviation assets as well that we have here.
Recently, many Border Patrol agents who had been assigned to the southern border have now returned to the northern border, though both the number of crossings and the number of agents are still much higher down south.
Another setback for Gigi's Playhouse in Fargo. There was a sprinkler break yesterday which caused a significant amount of water damage. The Down Syndrome Achievement Center has a brand new facility after a devastating fire in May 2021. They say they're working on a plan to get families back in the door for programs. Still ahead tonight, how 4 bills in the North Dakota legislature could impact rape victims and the state crime lab.
And after a very wintry week in weather, at least Mother Nature gave us a beautiful sight on this Friday Eve. We've almost made it through the work week, but we have some cold temperatures still ahead through the overnight hours. I'll break down your hour-by-hour forecast next. Welcome back on this Thursday evening. Nice clear skies now here in Fargo. Not a lot of wind, very quiet weather, but it is cold weather. Currently at Hector, 9 degrees below zero. Feels like 30 degrees below zero with that wind out of the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour. A nice change in the wind, at least from what we saw earlier today. We had some peak gusts today in Fargo, around 40 miles per hour. Now, though, we are continuing to see not only less wind, but less cloud cover as well. This whole cloud deck has been gradually lifting to the north and east through the afternoon and evening, bringing most of us clear skies. But clear skies, light winds, fresh snow on the ground means cold temperatures. 11 below zero in Devil's Lake, 12 below in Jamestown, 8 below in Detroit Lakes, 13 below in Oaks. And when you factor in the wind, it feels like 34 degrees below zero in Oaks, one of the coldest spots in terms of wind chill. We've turned on the wind chill advisory. It's not just a new background we're trying here, but all of our counties within our entire viewing area under a wind chill advisory until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So let's walk you through your hour by hour, just how cold we're looking by the time you're getting ready to send the kids to the bus stop. Here we are, paused at 7:30, widespread teens and 20s below zero for your air temperature, and thankfully we're not going to have a lot of wind, if any, but we still will have a wind chill factor of mostly 20s and 30s below zero, so you want to bundle up. That wind chill advisory expires at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but still looking chilly through the rest of the day. By the time you're getting ready to clock out on a Friday afternoon, we're going to have more extensive cloud cover. And cloud cover helps act like insulation, a nice little blanket to help warm us up, as does a light southerly breeze, helping to bring in just a little bit of warmer air. But by warmer, we mean single digits either side of zero. So a very slight improvement. Later in the day, you see very at the bottom of your screen there, a chance for some light snow showers or a few flakes and flurries, mostly along the North Dakota-South Dakota border and adjacent west central Minnesota. Most of us will stay dry. Here in Fargo tomorrow, starting our day near 21 degrees below zero, and we're only going to warm things up to around 2 below zero with that increasing cloud cover. Winds stay light. So here's a snapshot of what to expect. 7 o'clock in the morning, those numbers in pink, your wind chill's not looking too good. By the afternoon, we do see, like I said, at least some improvement. There's more improvement, though, in your planning forecast. Look at Sunday. We're starting chilly, still below zero, but we warm up into the 20s. Saturday looking cold, Sunday looking like the better day of the weekend, but late. Looking like overnight and into Monday morning, we're watching the chance of some wintry mix, some snow, maybe a little bit of freezing rain in there, but temperatures very comfortable, 31 degrees on your Monday, looking mostly cloudy. Another shot of some snow on Wednesday. Now for your expanded 11-day planner. Temperatures, I don't see any big dives in our extended 11-day forecast, but I do see another shot of snow maybe Friday, and at least I'm just happy to see those warmer temperatures, and I think I speak for many of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 20 below today would get old in a hurry, but we're getting better pretty quickly.
Yeah, thankfully.
Thanks, Summer.
Straight ahead, a look at how this blizzard that's impacting us is also impacting much of the nation. We're not the only ones experiencing cold this week. More than 20 million Americans are feeling the impact of two powerful winter storms.
There was even snow near the Hollywood sign in California today. Christina Raffini is in Minneapolis with the latest.
From mountains of snow in Minneapolis to a blown transformer in Detroit, the February cold snap is sending shivers across the U.S. Frozen fallout has left 1 million people without power. In Michigan, a volunteer firefighter was killed after coming into contact with a downed power line. Heavy snow collapsed part of his parking garage in Wisconsin, while the bitter cold broke centuries-old records in parts of Colorado and Wyoming, where it was negative 26 degrees. Separate storms slid across the west, dropping nearly 11 inches of snow in Portland, close to a record. Sin City got a smattering.
Let it snow, let's just say flurry.
And there was a hail of, well, hail in L.A.
We're talking like, I don't know, pea-sized hail out here. Ow.
More than 1,000 flights canceled and more than 4,000 delayed.
We've changed our flights three times, and now this is going to be the fourth.
For more on that storm, we'll go to our website, valleynewslive.com, for the latest coverage.
Yeah, and as we dig out here, another winter storm has its sights set on California. The National Weather Service issued a blizzard warning for Southern California for the first time since 1989.
Unbelievable. Earlier, we showed you how road crews are working to clear the snow. This was this case also in Rochester, Minnesota this morning, where crews were out all night. Police say they responded to 26 crashes just in the first wave of that storm yesterday afternoon, and they have been busy ever since.
Up next, how 4 bills in North Dakota could impact victims of sexual assault. A sexual assault can kickstart a lengthy and painful process for victims. They have to decide whether to make a report and submit to a medical examination.
Then there's the waiting for evidence to be processed. Legal battles can begin, which can take years to resolve. Erica Craven takes us through 4 bills in the state legislature that could impact both the victims and the state crime lab.
It was hard. Over the past 2 months, Sydney Dollinger and other survivors of sexual assault spoke to lawmakers on what it's like moving a rape case through North Dakota's court system.
The criminal process took so long. It took 2.5 years, putting me outside the statute of limitations to sue civilly.
State senators ultimately decided to pass a bill that allows more time for sexual assault victims to file civil lawsuits. It would give kids younger than 15 21 years to file suit starting when they turn 15. 15 to 17-year-olds have 21 years, and adult victims have 9 years.
That bill now moves to the House. A similar bill that would give sexual assault survivors more time to get mental health help passed the House and is in the Senate.
Crime Lab. Meanwhile, lawmakers also discussed bills related to the state crime lab. The lab is critical to prosecution because it processes evidence, including evidence collected in rape cases.
And we have backlogs. This is a years in the making problem.
Among other evidence and tests, the lab is roughly 3 years behind on testing rape kits.
2 ayes, 44 nays.
State senators killed a bill that would have allowed BCI to oversee the state crime lab, but pushed through an amended budget for the North Dakota Attorney General's office.
Studies believe 1 in 5 American women are sexually assaulted, but the majority of cases are never reported.
Researchers say only around 2% of reports are false, but for every 100 rape reports, just 18 result in arrest.
Still ahead, summer's back in with one more look at your forecast, how cold we're going to get tonight, and when we might get a little bit of a break.
The clear skies and light winds along with fresh snow on the ground making for a very cold start to our Friday. Teens and 20s below for our air temperature with widespread wind chills ranging from the teens to near 40 degrees below zero in some places. But we see improvement for our Friday afternoon. Partly to mostly cloudy skies, temperatures warming to single digits either side of zero, a little warmer in the trees of Minnesota. Let's look ahead to the weekend. Still cool cool for Saturday, mostly sunny skies. A nice warm up comes by Sunday, but we are tracking the chance for some wintry mix, a little bit of light snow Sunday night and into Monday, as another system is mostly missing us to our south. Please get clipped by that one. Next chance of snow Wednesday, possibly again next Friday.
We like getting clipped.
Yes, we
Getting
did.
head on at least. Have a good night.